What's going on, everybody? Hanma-Static here, lead admin of the Nerds of Combat group, the verse community you need. But I got another video for you guys. It's gonna be Baki Hanma versus Akuma from Street Fighter. Let's get into this real quick. So, sometime last week, I was asked to do Baki versus Akuma from a follower. I'm assuming he's a follower because he watched a couple of my videos and he asked me to do a breakdown for this particular fight. Which is, I actually like this. This is kudos to him, man. Like this, I actually like this. Now, so let's break a couple things down between the two characters real quick. Baki Hanma from Baki the Grappler. Well, you guys know him from Grappler Baki. I know him from Baki the Grappler. But and Akuma from Street Fighter. Now, first thing I'm gonna do is just one line of Baki. It's just one continuing line of Baki. There's no separate iterations of Baki or anything like that. For Akuma, there's a couple different iterations of Akuma, but we're gonna stick with main canon Akuma. He didn't really say which one we're gonna use, but we're gonna stick with main canon Akuma. So no Akuma, no Oni Akuma. Oni is not. Wait, is it Shin or Oni? I forget. I think it's Oni is the top, is the like super almost godlike one that was only appearing in one of the games but didn't really have anything. That we're not going to use that one because he's technically not canon, and we're not going to use any of his feats from Azura's Wrath because that's completely not canon, not even close to his like actual power level at all. That was for DLC purposes. So we're going to stick to main canon storyline, which goes up to Shin Akuma, where he does have the purple transformation for the Hado and everything like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So now, starting with Baki. In case you guys don't know who Baki is, because the craze for Baki is just now starting. I've been knowing Baki since like fucking 2006. Like, but it started even before that. There was a movie in the early 90s called Baki the Grappler. That's where I learned it from. And he had a movie of him when he won the tournament, when he won the first actual tournament. And then I followed the manga, and a couple years later they did a show when it showed him as a kid training to get to that first tournament, winning that first tournament. And then the second season is him after he won that third tournament. And then the third season is what you see on Netflix right now, where it continued from he pretty much walked away from the tournament for a moment because he was in his feelings and shit like that. His dad had showed up and fucking tore into his brother's ass and everything like that. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but if you want to watch Baki, it's really good. You need to watch season 1 Baki, which he's a kid. He's a kid and he has his mom around and everything like that. You watch that, then you watch the 90s movie, Baki the Grappler, and then you watch season 2, and then you watch season 3. But that's how you do it. So now, we're gonna go with Baki's latest iteration of himself. So this is after he done got some pussy. This is after he done got some pussy and then got like super fucking strong and everything like that. So we're gonna go towards that. So let's go ahead and scale Baki. Even now, at the end of the manga, Baki ain't got shit on Yajiro. He still don't have shit on Yajiro, but he does have Yajiro's respect now. He's learned a number of different techniques and fighting abilities throughout the years of training and getting into these fights. He's picked up a couple things from his dad and other people that he's trained with, fought with, and everything like that. So he has, like, he could slap, pinch. The only thing he hasn't actually done himself is bite. He hasn't actually done activated the wonton fighting style that his dad does, where he like creates an illusion of eating wonton soup with you, and like it's actually like a form of fighting. He never initiates it, but he was able to kind of like get involved with it and actually still kind of function. But he does have a number of techniques that Akuma does not. That I will give him. He has a number of techniques that Akuma does not. As far as fighting experience, we have to assume Akuma has more experience fighting than Baki himself. He is old, of course he is older, but actual combat experience, we've seen Baki in more fights than we've seen Akuma in more fights, as far as like actual story wise and stuff like that. Akuma is somewhat of a rare commodity, a rare commodity, and when he shows up, the motherfucker shows up. So now the scaling with Akuma is kind of weird because of the fact that the people he goes up against, with the exception of Bison and Ryu when he releases the Hado, they're all fodder to him. Like they fold almost immediately when they go up against Akuma, because Akuma's on some extra shit. The only one that's able to go one-on-one with him without any extra transformations or ass pulls is Bison. And Bison is another beast in Street Fighter that a lot of them, including Ryu and stuff like that, can't fucking stack up against unless he unleashes the Hado. Like, so it's basically an ass pull. But anyway, so based off of like experience, I gotta give it to Akuma for experience. Just going off of the stories of what they've told, how long he's been around, the shit that he's done, you know, the he say, she says and stuff like that for him. With Baki, I actually seen Baki's journey, and Baki for the longest, yes, had a lot of fights and everything like that, but stayed inexperienced because he was so naive. He stopped being naive once he got some pussy. Once he got some pussy, he stopped being naive. So, and the fighters that Baki takes on are amazing in their own right, but they're still not on the power scaling of Akuma. When you look at Akuma greatest strength feat, canon strength feat, is he sunk and destroyed an entire island. An entire island. Baki hasn't done nothing like that. Not even close. Like, you have to, if you want to put someone up against Akuma, you have to put Yujiro, but then Yujiro hasn't shown us he hasn't been pushed to show us that level of capability. Like, as far as like strength and technique wise, Yujiro, the strongest thing as far as like raw power we've seen behind the technique is him stopping an earthquake. And yeah, you stopped the earthquake, but you didn't like put a crater in the ground or nothing like that. Akuma sunk an entire island. Like, that's that's something that's above stopping an earthquake in your general area. But also too, that ties into Yujiro's technique. Baki is nowhere near that level, not even at the end of the manga for Baki, which I actually think they're actually going to be starting the manga back up for Baki shortly, because I think it's getting popularity going up. But anyway, a better matchup would be Akuma versus Yujiro to kind of break it down. But with Baki, he doesn't have the strength. I would give Baki the speed. Akuma doesn't really. You know what? I take that back. Yes, Akuma has the speed when he does certain things like the Raging Demon and stuff like that. That definitely requires speed to do his fucking after images and stuff like that. Yeah, Akuma. I apologize. Akuma is faster than Baki. Like, he's faster, he's stronger, he has more experience. But I will say, I think Baki has more skill. He has more skill than Akuma from what we see, because Akuma hasn't really shown us actual fucking skill. He completely overpowers all his opponents, and you can tell he's experienced in what he does, but he hasn't shown us any actual skills. So when it comes to skills, I'll give it to Baki, but like, based off of the injuries Baki received from, like, the strongest hit that he's probably taken is a hit strong enough from Yujiro to wreck a van. I remember reading the manga. It's like, okay, it sounded like car crashes. Like, their punches sound like car crashes, and they had like two fucking cars coming in together, and they show like them hitting each other and stuff like that. So like, that's the amount of force that they implied had behind it, and that's really the strongest hit that Baki has taken. Like, it's his 4-4 blow that he's taken, but still was like barely able to stand. So if Akuma hits him with that full force island blow, it's fucking over. And Akuma is going to hit him. Like, this, if you think Akuma's not going to hit Baki, you're fucking insane. Like, there's no way. But also too, Street Fighter characters are pretty squishy except for like Gil, Seth, Akuma is all right, and Bison. Like, these are the 4 like most non-squishy characters in the franchise. The one who's shown the most durability is probably Bison, when a whole entire building crashed on him and he just walked the fuck out. But that was probably because due to his psycho shield and stuff like that. They didn't show what happened like while he was in there. When it crashed on him, he just walked out of the rubble. Most likely he did like a psycho shield or some shit like that, psychic shield or whatever like that. We don't know the actual details on that, but the point is he fucking walked out of the rubble like unscathed. And you know, he has actual fucking powers. But all in all, like I said, you're looking at like someone who took his fucking hand and chopped at a fucking volcano, and the volcano blew up while he was in it. Like, we're talking someone that they believe is on that fucking capability. That's Akuma. That's a non-canon feat that he did. But these are like what the potential he has in the canons. That's the potential he has in the canons, like, because that's still Street Fighter material. We haven't seen anything outside the shit that he did on Azura's Wrath. We ain't seen nothing remotely close to him doing to that ever again, because that was strictly for promotional, selling DLC purposes and stuff like that. That's a Capcom thing. But that was nothing like that was even close to being anything Street Fighter related, like none of it. So, but all in all, Akuma digging in that ass. I'm sorry, Akuma is digging in that ass for Baki on Baki to grapple. Like, a better matchup would be Yajiro, and like I would be more on the fence of who will win that between Yajiro and Akuma, because Yajiro has the ability to learn the Hado. Like, he can, anything that he looks at, Yajiro is your taskmaster of martial arts. Like, anything he sees, he can fucking do it and actually improve it on the spot. So Yajiro will be a better matchup for Akuma. If anybody wants me to do that, I'll do that. I'll break that down after like a day or so or something like that. But damn, man, I've been getting requests every day to do something. I actually like this. This is good. This is good. I might actually make a YouTube for it. Put it on the Nerds of Combat YouTube. I might do that. Huh. All right, guys. Well, that's my pick on it. I'm going with Akuma. I'm gonna say mid difficulty at best. Mid difficulty. I'm not gonna say the spite on my boy Baki because I'm a little biased. I'm a little biased for Baki, so I'm not gonna say spite. I'm gonna say mid difficulty. When Akuma's like, okay, I'm tired of this shit, he's gonna lay him out. But it's not just gonna be a fucking straight layout from the get go. Baki, this is post pussy Baki. This is post pussy Baki. I'm sorry, post pussy Baki, and he's not naive anymore. He's like always on guard and ready to fight and everything like that. So he's gonna be ready when the fight starts. So yeah, Akuma, mid difficulty, like that island chop is gonna be it. That island chop, whether it's the island chop, the raging demon, a fucking a raging Hadouken, like anything like that, like it doesn't matter. He's taking out Baki. All right, y'all. This is Hanma-Static of the Nerds of Combat group. Feel free to join up in the Nerds of Combat if you want to. It's a great versus community we have. We have plenty of live stream shows, my videos like this appear on there first, and before they go to other groups and everything like that, or before other people share them. It's actually, I'm not to my own horn, but it's actually a non-toxic fucking versus community. We do video games, anime, and comics. Like, it's non-toxic. We haven't had any toxic mishaps well, we've had one, but that was taken care of a long time ago, and then like I haven't had one since. It's pretty good. Like, with that being said, also too, if you guys are interested in learning about a new comic, look up Tough Skin Comics on Facebook and enjoy. With that being said, this is Hanma-Static of the Nerds Combat Group, and I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day.